Hello everyone, and welcome to Unleash Your Outlook Guiding into the new Outlook video. My name is Juan Balmori. I'm a program manager in the Office platform team, driving the Outlook Guiding ecosystem, and I can't wait to share with you what my team is working today to help you deliver amazing Outlook guidance into the new Outlook. So there are three outcomes that you should expect to have out of this video. Number one, what is the new Outlook and what it means for Outlook developers. Number two, learn about the new features we are releasing for Outlook guidance as part of Mailbox 1.13. And finally, I want to show you a couple of great examples of two audience who are sharing our journey to the new Outlook. And in fact, we work really closely with them to be able to deliver the features they need in order to shine in the new Outlook. They are Harmony and CodeTwo software. So let's get started. All right. I want to start this video by telling you why we need a new Outlook and when it's coming. The two most common questions I get. First of all, why we need a new Outlook? And well, the Outlook team here in Redmond is working in a new version of Outlook for Windows, which is currently in preview. In fact, you can see today it's a toggle into the Outlook for Windows in the top right corner. If you toggle that, you will end up in the new Outlook. You can see a snapshot of it in this slide. So there are many reasons why we need a new Outlook, but the two main reasons from my perspective are, A, we want to achieve a consistent experience across Outlook clients. We have been receiving a lot of feedback about the product not being the same across Windows, Outlook for the web, Outlook for the Mac. Features are placed differently, shortcuts are differently. Folks can't seem to find the features they love. The new Outlook aims to provide a consistent experience across those platforms. B, it's a source code unification process. It's a web-based unified code within a native wrapper. So this is important because it's going to increment our engineering velocity, and you will be able to get the latest features and fixes at a more rapid pace. This is critical and good news for the extensibility ecosystem because not only you, also our customers will receive the latest programmability features sooner than ever before. The second question is that I get, it's when the new Outlook will be available in production. And the answer to that question is now it's in preview. It's in our monthly channel. The preview will extend soon to the monthly enterprise channel during the summer of 2023. So we look at this project more as a journey. We believe it's going to be similar to the transition that we had for Outlook UI for Mac, that it took approximately 2 years to complete. So you can try it today. I think you're going to like it. Please send us your feedback. Now, what is the impact for Outlook developers? Given that the new Outlook is based on the web platform, I have to say that neither COM nor BSTO add-ins will be supported in the new Outlook. The plan is that only the web add-ins are going to be fully supported in the new Outlook. So the good news is that we have been investing a lot in the web add-in platform in the last many years. If you have followed closely my team, you will see that there are many releases that we'll be shipping in order to make the platform more compelling. I want to tell you that we're increasing those investments, to close the gaps against the BSTO model. The first step towards that process was to basically enable web add-ins in the new Outlook. So if you try today your existing web add-ins, you're going to be able to toggle to the new Outlook. And if you find any issues while playing with your web add-in, please make sure to report the issues in this link. And the other thing, if you believe that you're creating a web add-in and we don't have the features that you need to make it compelling as your BSTO/COM add-ins, we want to hear from you. Please engage with our team. There is a link that for a survey that you can fill, and our team is going to contact you and learn more details about your scenario. All right? So, with that in, I want to show you a little bit about how are we trying to close those gaps in my team. And by the way, I know that this slide has a lot of information, so maybe you want to pause the video a little bit, read through it. The message that I want to tell you is that we analyzed all the add-ins that are representing around more or less 90% of the monthly active usage. We made a taxonomy of those add-ins, and we end up with a list of all the different scenarios that those add-ins are creating. And basically, one of the initiatives that we have in our team is to make sure that add-ins in those categories can be doable. So each item on this table represents one of those scenarios. And then you will see what is the top COM/BSTO scenario, and what is the status as a web add-in. So if you want to implement an add-in that it's in that category of add-ins, it can be supported, which is the green phase, which means You totally should be able to do a very good web add-in that is in that scenario. Yellow phase, it means that it's partially supported, which means that maybe you cannot provide the greatest experience of all, but the good news is that we are investing on those items today so that they become available. And then red phase is our scenarios that we are definitely not supporting today, but in the future, the plan is to support all of them. Right? So this is a live information that you can go to the link that is here in the top so that you can actually get the status of where we are in this journey. All right? And as you can see, many of these features I added here at 1.13 are already are part of the release, which it's a good segue to go into my next topic of the meeting, which is we are getting a step closer. We are releasing Mailbox 1.13 right now to production. You can see this very nice picture that has actually 13 mailboxes. That's a coincidence, by the way. And this release is including multiple features. It has support for item multi-select, context-free adding commands. It has a from change event for auto launch technology. We're going to go into the details of each of these later in the video. Send later APIs, support for shared mailboxes, prepend on send, and sensitivity labels. I want to show you now a demo of how customer like Harmony is actually working with the item multi-select and context-free adding commands in order to deliver a very compelling web add-in so that it works in the new Outlook. So we have Corey Tinianov from Harmony to help us demo this part. Go ahead, Corey.
Thank you so much, Juan. I'm excited to share with your community today our journey onto the new Outlook. So Harmony is a Microsoft partner. We have over 500,000 users currently on our COM-based Outlook add-in, and our add-in makes it easy for anyone to save, share, and organize content across Microsoft 365 directly from Outlook. So we're really excited about the new Outlook. We've been working closely with Microsoft and with your team specifically to leverage some of the latest features available to web add-ins on the new Outlook. And our goal really being to migrate our existing 500,000 users from the COM architecture onto the new web architecture and provide an even better user experience for them. So during our discussions, we had shared with you a few things that some of our users loved about the COM add-in, but weren't previously available on web add-ins in Outlook. And this included persistency of the sidebar and also multi-select capabilities. And I'm really happy to say that your team has since implemented both of those features and you've been incredibly responsive. So thank you so much. I'd love to share with you a sneak peek of the new Harmony, our new web add-in, with some of those features already implemented. So if we jump into Outlook here you can see the pre-release version of the Harmony web add-in in the new Outlook. You have all your locations across Microsoft 365 here. Thanks to context list support, something users really loved about our COM add-in was that regardless of what they were doing in Outlook, the Harmony add-in would stay open. And this previously wasn't the case for web add-ins. It related to the context of the email. Now, thanks to context lists, regardless of what email they've selected, or even if no email has been selected at all, the sidebar will stay open. So this really empowers the user to maintain their workflow within the sidebar, as well as within Outlook. So it's really powerful, and we're excited to enable it for users of our web add-in. And then the second feature that you've implemented was multi-select support. So on Harmony, we let users save emails and attachments anywhere within Microsoft 365. For example, if I wanted to save to this Teams channel, I would select an email and click the Save button. And thanks to multi-select, the sidebar will recognize when any number of emails is selected, and users can easily click to save all emails at once. Here it's saying all 5 emails. So it really saves the user a lot of time. And it's really going to be a powerful feature for our users. So thank you so much for all of your support throughout this journey. We're excited to continue working together, and we're ready for the new Outlook. So back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Corey, for that demo. I mean, it really shows, the value that we are adding with relatively simple APIs, but you can get an idea of all these small details can make the difference to move, folks that are in COM BSTO add-ins into the new web add-ins, and as a result of it, be available in the new Outlook. So thank you very much for that demo. All right, so we have more features to share with you. Send later API, we are delivering a send later API. So the typical scenario here is, imagine that you want to send an email, but you don't want to send it right now. You want to send it in a few days or in a few hours. In the future, typical scenario is we are working with friends that are in different time zones, and you want to send an email at a decent time on their time zone. So this code sample is showing you is how easy it is to use the delay delivery object on the item object of the API, so that you can actually set a date and time where you want the email to go. The good news is that this is a server-side delay delivery, which means that you don't have to worry about having Outlook open in order for the email to go when the time is reached. The email is just going to go. So this is a highly requested feature. Play with it. It's already in the Mailbox 1.13 release. The other thing the other feature that has been highly demanded by you guys is the support for shared mailboxes. For those of you who don't know what the shared mailbox is, it's basically a type of mailbox that multiple users are going to access. For example, as sales@contosvo.com. You have all your sales team, need to have access to that mailbox so that they can actually see the emails coming from the customers and so on and so forth. It used to be that Outlook add-ins, web add-ins, weren't supported in shared mailboxes, but now you just need to add this tag in the manifest that supports your folder in order for you to kind of run or make your add-in available in a shared mailbox context. All right? We are also adding a new API that is called prepend on send. And the idea about this API is that sometimes some scenarios, specifically scenarios that are in the security space, classification of emails, you need to send at the top of an email, the classification of it, or maybe you want to add some specific instructions, but you need it to be at the top of the email. And you don't want the user to be able to change it. So what happens is when the user clicks on send an email, if you use this API, we're going to prepend, this text on the top of the message before it goes. Super simple to use. It's body.prepend on send async. You send the HTML that you want to add into the top of the message, and that's it. Security labels, again, in the context of security add-ins, super important to have access to the sensitivity label APIs. This is a big investment from our team. So basically, we're enabling programmatic access to sensitivity labels. The key features here is that you are able to get the sensitivity labels available in your organization. And you can also actually get or set sensitivity labels for Outlook items or mail items or calendar items. And we are also providing you with an event so that you can actually check if the user is changing or removing a sensitivity label. That event can be used in the auto launch feature as well. All right, for more information, go to this link below so that you can find more details about how to use this API. So now for the last two features that we are announcing, I'm going to ask Szymon, who is the CEO of CodeTwo software, so that they can show how are they using the launch event APIs, including the new from change event, so that the add-in is even better than the com/BSTO add-in, and it's it can be used in the new Outlook. We're going to go all the way to Poland for this video. So Szymon, take it away.
Hello from Europe. My name is Szymon and I am the CEO of CodeTwo. We develop solutions for Microsoft 365 used by over 110,000 businesses in 150 countries. Our flagship product, CodeTwo Email Signatures 365, is a cloud service that allows a single person or group of users to manage company-wide email signatures, legal disclaimers, and automatic replies on all devices. The solution sits on Microsoft Azure and can add signatures in the cloud or directly in Outlook when you type an email. When Microsoft first announced the new web add-in technology and event-based activation, integrating it with our signature solution was a no-brainer to us. So we have been working closely with Microsoft Outlook add-ins team, and we first showcased our signatures web add-in back in 2020 at Microsoft Ignite. We then became the first signature vendor to release it to the general public. And guess what? It turned out to be a huge success. It is currently used by hundreds of thousands of users and has about 3 billion signatures a year. So why do customers like the new add-in so much? First of all, it works with Outlook for Windows, Outlook for Mac, and Outlook on the web. is deployed automatically to everyone and requires absolutely no end-user interaction. It can add signatures in Outlook as you compose an email, but it can also let users preview signatures that will be added in the cloud after an email is sent. But the real game changer for us as developers is how quickly the web add-in technology evolves. By collaborating with Microsoft Outlook add-ins team, we've been adding new features to seamlessly integrate our add-in with Microsoft 365 and to boost end-user productivity at an amazing pace. So let's see some of these features in action. This is an Outlook user account with automatic signatures set up by a signature admin. Note that I'm using the new Outlook experience because it unifies the user interface across all platforms. I think it's a great improvement for end users and for developers like us. The new Outlook also supports web add-ins out of the box, which for us means we can focus only on the web add-ins from now on, streamlining our development process. So what makes web add-ins so powerful is the event-based activation. Let me quickly show you how our add-in uses different kinds of events. When I start composing an email, see what happens. Boom! The CodeTwo signature automatically appears. So what happened here exactly? Well, when I opened a new message, Outlook called our onNewMessage compose event handler, which pulled the default signature for this account from the CodeTwo cloud and added it to the email body via the signature API. This API can also override users' native signature settings, so if you centrally manage signatures in your organization, you don't have to worry about the existing Outlook signatures. And that's not all. I can open the add-in pane by clicking here to access other features. If my organization has set up more signatures for me, I will see them here. The first one on the list is the default signature that's already been added to my message, but I can change it to another one by clicking here. Let's use the default signature for now because there's another great feature I want to show you. This add-in can recognize email recipients using the onMessageRecipientsChanged event. How does this work? Well, right now I haven't added any recipients yet, so Outlook inserted my default simple internal signature based on my organization's settings. But when I add an external recipient, the add-in will recognize this and change my signature to a fully branded external version. Depending on your organization's requirements, you can set up CodeTwo to insert dedicated email signatures for internal and external recipients, specific groups, or even individual recipients, like if you email a kink or something. But there's even more. Today, I'd like to premiere the latest feature we've been working on with the Microsoft Outlook add-ins team. Let's say I want to send a message from my customer success team's shared mailbox instead of my personal account. When I toggle the visibility of the from field and change the email sender, see what happens. My personal signature is replaced by my customer success team's signature. Thanks to the new event, onMessageFromChanged, web add-ins can now recognize the email sender. This feature is super helpful because it actually makes our web add-in a complete product to handle all use cases. As you can see, the event-based activation and web add-ins open a new world of possibilities to interact with emails in real time. Plus, we get super easy deployment options and streamlined user experience in the new Outlook. And I'm excited to tell you that all these features are soon coming to our Outlook web add-in experience. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.
Szymon, thank you so much. That was a great demo. I love that you did all the demo in the new Outlook to show all the new capabilities we're shipping. So that's great. Thank you very much for your partnership. Now I'm going to start to wrap up this conversation. I want to share with you a few Outlook add-in resources. Here's the documentation, some quick starts to get you started on some of the features that I shared with you. Use ScriptLab for Outlook. It's a great way to learn how to use the different APIs that we have. And you will also find a ton of examples how to join our dev program. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was useful. And we talk about the new Outlook. The new Outlook is coming. We talk about, what are we doing as a team to support your web add-ins in the new Outlook. And we also talk about what features are coming in Mailbox 1.13 so you can build amazing experiences for the new Outlook. So thank you very much. Have a great conference and happy coding.